The Cursed Village Legend Part 1. The road no one takes deep in the mountains, far away from the nearest city, there is a road that almost no one dares to travel. Old maps once marked a village there, but modern maps do not. Locals call the place Black Hollow. If you ask the elders about it, they will look around nervously before speaking. Some will refuse to talk at all. They say Black Hollow disappeared more than 70 years ago. Not destroyed. Not abandoned. Just gone. But sometimes, late at night, travelers say they still see the village. Lights in windows. Smoke from chimneys. And shadows moving between the houses. Yet when the sun rises, there is nothing there. Only trees. And silence. This is the legend of the Cursed Village. Part of the Forbidden Warning legend begins long ago. Black Hollow was once a peaceful farming village surrounded by forest. The soil was rich. The people were friendly. And the village prospered. But there was one rule that everyone in the village followed. A rule older than the village itself. No one was allowed to enter the forest after sunset. The forest was known as the Whispering Woods. During the day, it seemed normal, but at night, people heard strange whispers between the trees, soft voices calling names. Many believed spirits lived there. Others believed something worse. So the villagers obeyed the rule for generations. No one entered the forest after dark until one man broke the rule. Part 3, the Stranger on. Autumn evening, a stranger arrived in Black Hollow. He was tall, wore a long black coat, and carried a strange wooden box chained shut. He said his name was Silas Crow. He claimed to be a traveler looking for shelter. The villagers welcomed him. But they felt uneasy around him. His eyes seemed to dark, to cold, and the wooden box he carried. Sometimes it made noises, soft scratching sounds, like something inside wanted to get out. The villagers asked what was in the box. Silas always gave the same answer. Something that must never be opened. Most people kept their distance, but one person became curious. A young man named Elias. Part 4, Curios Atilius was known for asking questions to many. Questions. One night, he visited the inn where Silas stayed. He noticed a wooden box sitting beside the bed. The chains were thick. The lock was old. But the scratching sound was louder than before. Elias whispered, "What's inside?" Silas stared at him that long, silent. Then he said something strange. "If the box opens, this village will never see the sun again." Elias laughed. He thought it was just a story. But Silas grabbed his arm. His voice became cold. "Never open it." Part 5, the night of the 1st, a week later. Something strange happened. Silas disappeared. His room was empty. But the wooden box was gone too. The villagers searched the entire village. Then someone noticed. Footprints, they led toward the forest, the Whispering Woods. Elias and several villagers followed. The tracks. Even though the sun was setting, the deeper they walked into the forest, the stranger things became. The wind stopped. The animals were silent. Then they heard it. Whispers. Soft voices moving through the trees, calling their names. Elias, come closer. Some villagers ran back immediately, but Elias continued forward, and finally he found Silas, standing in a clearing. The wooden box was open. Part 6, the curse inside the box. There was nothing. Just darkness. But the darkness moved. Like smoke. Like shadows alive. Silas looked terrified. "I tried to keep it contained," he said. "But it found me. The shadows slowly crawled out of the box, spreading across the ground, moving toward the trees, moving toward the village." Elias shouted, "What is that?" Silas whispered a single word, a curse. He explained that the box held an ancient spirit trapped long ago, a spirit that fed on fear, a spirit that could consume entire places. Silas had been transporting it across the mountains. But the spirit had grown stronger, and tonight, the chains broke. Part 7, the vanishing shadows reached the edge of the village before midnight. Anyone who touched them vanished instantly. Houses grew dark, doors slammed, people screamed. The shadows moved like a living storm through the streets. Elias tried to warn everyone, but it was too late. Silas attempted to trap the spirit again, but the box was broken. The curse had been released, and by dawn, Black Hollow was gone. Not destroyed, not burned, simply erased. Every house, every road, every person, all swallowed by the curse, except one Pelaias. Part 8 The Serve of Aurelius woke up outside the forest. The village was gone. Only empty land remained. No houses. No people. No footprints. But sometimes, at night, he heard whispers from the trees, calling him. And sometimes he saw lights in the distance, where the village used to be. Part 9, The Legend to Daemony years later. Travelers passing through the mountains report strange things. They see a village where no village should exist. They hear voices asking for help. And sometimes, a young man stands at the edge of the road, warning people, don't enter after dark, but few listen. And some who enter the forest at night never return. Final word, so if you ever travel through a lonely mountain road and you see a small village that isn't on any map, with lights glowing in the windows and whispers in the wind, do not stop, do not. Answer the voices, and whatever you do, if you see a wooden box chained shut, never open it, because some legends are not stories, they are warnings.